Pokemon's new upcoming set, Pitch Black, is causing a shakeup and collectors don't look too happy, though there's actually more to this set than meets the eye. Now, before I get into this set, I am gifting a subscriber this awesome Bulbasaur stamped promo from Mega Evolution. Now, if I do reply to your comment with this Bulbasaur emoji, then a huge congrats, this stamped promo is on its way to you. So if you are finding out about Pitch Black from this video, Pitch Black is the new Pokemon set releasing July 17th, and it is the 5th expansion from the current Mega Evolution era. And honestly, this era has all been connected to Pokemon Legends EA, and a lot of the artworks and everything is pretty much drawn from that video game. Though in this video, I want to uncover Pitch Black, and I really want to speak about the set and talk about the future potential as an investment, and of course go through the chase cards of the set as well. And I really actually want to unpack this set because I'm actually more excited for it than I thought I'd initially be. All right, let's get into it. Pitch Black. And yeah, man, I'm really surprised to see the reception this set has had. It hasn't been that friendly, right? It just, a lot of people have been a little bit disappointed with it, which I'm gonna actually walk you through. I have had a look, but I'm actually gonna be taking you through the cards, the illustration rares, the set, and of course, the special illustration rares, which are definitely the main thing that drives the set forward is the chase cards, and we'll be talking about that. Let's talk about the booster box of Pitch Black. So obviously with the Mega Evolution era, they all have that black kind of cover that's that real basic, though when you do open it, you can see it does look really unique how it looks. Now I have to say, there is a part of me when I look at these Mega Evolution era booster boxes, how they all have this same basic black cover. The black covers of Mega Evolution, they almost make each set blend one into another, and I've always wondered if this design choice is in a way a little bit to stop collectors holding sealed, as honestly, it just doesn't look that good. There's nothing impressive to display. I definitely know every time I get a Mega Evolution booster box, I'm literally whelmed. I just look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, it doesn't really look that interesting, whether I want to display it or anything. It's very bare bones, and I do have a feeling maybe that also, you know, does that stop people from collecting sealed? In terms of the biggest or the most kind of desired Pokemon from this set, or what we can see in the booster packs, it is looking like Darkrai. Though Darkrai, obviously, that's kind of the front runner of the set, and we can also see that when we look at the Elite Trainer box. So here I'm on the ETB, and honestly, I'm looking both here at the Pokemon Center version and the regular, and this is pretty much the most similar ETBs I've seen for Pokemon Center versus just regular. The big reason a lot of people are complaining, oh, it's a Mega Darkrai set, though you have to realize this is all to do with the Mega Evolution era. Everything that you're seeing in this era is all related to Pokemon Legends EA and the DLC Mega Dimension. It all has to do, oh, well, this set actually has to do with the DLC, which of course included Hyperspace Luminoise, which was a really kind of cathartic, this dreamy, weird kind of hypnotic area that you play in the game, and that is all kind of reflected in the TCG. So I'm seeing a lot of like complaints of oh, it's Darkrai, who likes Darkrai, whether or not Darkrai is that popular as a Pokemon. But I mean, in Gen 4, Darkrai was a very loved Pokemon. It hasn't had much representation, to be fair. And another thing about it is that, yes, it is very much connected to the DLC. In terms of Darkrai's design and Mega Darkrai, I do feel, I don't know, to me, it's a bit of a strange design, to be honest. Like, I always found that, especially even when I saw it when I was playing the game, I was like, wow, I don't know if I'm like loving it, but it does look better in movement, if that makes you feel any better. So when you're actually seeing it animated, I think the Mega Darkrai actually fits the vibe. When you look at it as a static image, maybe I get why people can complain, but it does look good in movement. By the way, if you have been loving the video, my name's Phil and I create content around Pokemon cards and collectibles. I'm actually getting close to approach 100,000 subscribers, which to me just seems insane. I honestly can't believe that. And if you do want to keep up to date with all things Pokemon, definitely feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you on board the channel. Though I do want to talk about the illustration rares. So here I have Fomantis illustration rare. It's a really cool card for collectors who want it. But again, in terms of price points for these cards, these are the illustration rares. I think a lot of them are going to be in the same price points that you've seen for previous sets. At the moment, from what I've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be a standout illustration. So moving to the Goldeen illustration rare, again, really cool underwater artwork here. I do like this card in particular, especially if you do like, I know actually a few people love collecting water-themed binders or underwater-themed binders. That's going to be a really cool card for this set. In terms of price points though, I wouldn't expect anything insane for, like I said, a lot of these illustration rares. The illustration rares of this set are cool. In terms of it though, I do think think they are already from what I'm seeing and from what I even saw from the set. Definitely the illustration rares are a big bump from Perfect Order. Though Perfect Order does have the S Tier Clefairy illustration rare, which is phenomenal artwork. And here we are on the Primarina illustration rare. Really cool. I mean, to be honest, the Gen 7 starters, the final stages get absolutely no love in the TCG. To me, it is insane that we haven't seen an Incineroar chase card when Incineroar is so dominant in the Pokemon competitive space. And even with Primarina or even Decidueye, we've got nothing from them. Like absolutely nothing. No kind of final chase cards with them. And I would really, really love to see that. In terms of Primarina as an illustration rare, yeah, cool. But honestly, this could have been an EX. This could have been an awesome special illustration rare as well. I think this would have even lifted the setup a little bit more because to me, Generation 7 starters are some of my favorites. Really love them. I think they did phenomenal on those. But definitely, no, this is a cool illustration rare and I really rate it. All starter Pokemon, always good. If it was, like I said, a special illustration rare, would have been a bit of a different vibe though. The one illustration rare I am liking from Pitch Black is the Slowbro. Definitely looks pretty cool here as well. So that one may have a bit of a market for it, but like I said, none of the illustration rares from what I can see are gonna be anything like we've seen. There's no illustration rare here that's looking on the likes of a Magikarp or a Groudon from Paradox Rift. We don't have any illustration rare in this set from my opinion, that looks like that. And moving on to the Toucannon illustration rare, again, this looks like a special illustration artwork. Toucannon, again, would have been a really cool card to get as an SIR. And look, I actually, like, Generation 7 is one of my favorite gens. Really, really love it, man. Like, had so much fun with it. It's got that really cool vibe. So I think for Generation 7, we could have seen some, both Primarina and Toucannon got the illustration rare treatment. Fair enough. I mean, I get it because from what we can see, the special illustration rares seem very much connected all to Pokemon Legends EA, and of course it seems that's the kind of way that they were handling their special illustration rares, all handled with the video game. Now, one card I actually do like is the Mega Excadrill, the Ultra Rare Full Art. This looks pretty sick, man. Like, I have to be honest with you, I actually really like it. First, when I saw this, before I actually just got, someone sent me the photos of the reveals, and I just saw that. I actually thought this was an SIR for a second. I have noticed that these EX Full Arts have actually been given a big lift in the Mega Evolution era. Some of the EX Full Arts, man, I look at them and I'm like, even when I just pull them out of a pack, I'm like, is that an SIR? Like, they've really given them a big bump up. And I have to admit, really, I actually really like that one as well. And one that's making a fair bit of love right now is the Silvally illustration rare. Yeah, cool artwork, man. I have to, it does remind me a little bit of Ethan's Typhlosion. Part of me does feel, again, really cool. Love the composition, man. That heroic kind of vibe that they went with this. Again, awesome illustration rare. But like I said, from what I can see from the illustrations so far from Pitch Black, none of them are crazy standouts. But in terms of the future for the set, I think what's really important is looking at the special illustration rares, because that's where I think this set actually has some hidden gems. Let's get the first one out of the way, the Mega Zeraora SIR. Now, Mega Zeraora in general, I feel, why has Zeraora gotten so much love in the TCG? Has anyone noticed that? Whether it's Crown Zenith or the amount of Zeraora artworks we have gotten in the TCG is insane. It is crazy to me that we've got another Zeraora card when we haven't had a Gyarados SIR or any Gyarados as a top chase card. Crazy, right? I mean, to me, it's like, wow, what is going on? There seems to be a bit of a push for Zeraora. In terms of this SIR, yeah, it's okay, but I have to admit, I would have preferred another Pokemon from maybe a Mega Tatsuguri would have fit really good there. Something different from what we've seen, especially if they're going to make the connection from, I suppose from what I'm seeing from Pitch Black is they wanted to include a lot of Pokemon from the Mega Dimension DLC. I don't know. I think Zeraora has really been exhausted for my liking at this stage, even though the artwork is great. And the artwork looks cool, and the artwork, if you pull it, you're going to be really happy. I do admit that, yeah, I do feel it's being drawn out a little bit. So they're kind of like treating it like a Zard or something like that at the moment. Moving on to the Mega Chandelure, and again, pretty cool as SIR here. In terms of this, I don't think it's going to be anything that too expensive, to be honest. That's my personal opinion. Chandelure Gen 5 Pokemon, whether or not they have such a big audience, it's going to be, from what I'm seeing from Pitch Black so far with the SIRs, it is very collector focused. And I do feel like they have kind of slowed down. Maybe Pokemon knows the 30th anniversary is going to be crazy hype. So they're trying to kind of let things calm down a little bit, let people get their sets, get things out of their system before that. But in terms of this, nothing crazy about the Mega Chandelure SIR. Though there is two special illustration rares in particular that I want to talk about Pitch Black that I do think elevate it a lot as a set. Right here, I've got the Morpeko special illustration rare, and honestly, this is a pretty sick card, man. I have to be honest. This fits that kind of gothic graffiti vibe, or what they were kind of going for with Pitch Black, having that kind of dark, edgy feel. This really fits it. It fits the set well. Really like this, and I do imagine this Morpeko. I personally think there is a chance for this card to be pretty desired, man. I don't know, something about it, it's unique, it's different, colors work really well, and I do imagine, I can just see those blacks, those pinks, they're gonna look incredible on an artwork. I really think that this one, in particular, is one I'm gonna be looking out for. There is a few cards that could be outlier cards, and in terms of that, I actually really think that the Morpeko is one to look out for, and I think they did phenomenal on it, to be honest, and I think it has lifted up the set a fair bit. Though the big chase of the set that I want to talk about is the Mega Darkrai special illustration rare, which was illustrated by Akira Agawa. And honestly, this is looking really, really cool, man. This is where Akira Agawa, she just knows how to work with these kind of divine-esque environments. If you look at Crown Zenith, she illustrated every gold V-Star from Crown Zenith. She has an incredible ability to draw in that power from her artworks. This is just a pure example of how well she does these themes in those dark kind of cave-like environments. That's where I feel that no other illustrator can play in her field. When Akira Agawa is working in those environments, excels, man. Like absolutely phenomenal. This special illustration rare is looking really good. Now, in terms of this, I think this SIR has lifted Pitch Black up enormously. The reason for that, a lot of people go, oh, Phantasmal Flames. To me, and I've always said it, Phantasmal Flames without the Charizard is pretty much on the same level, if not even a little bit below Perfect Order. I don't find Phantasmal Flames that much of an incredible set without the Charizard, okay? I've always said that. The Charizard pulls it out. Pitch Black is getting very, very much pulled out with this Mega Darkrai. It is absolutely, it's really, really good. And what's interesting is I feel like Perfect Order didn't have a chase like this to pull it up a little bit. Perfect Order has the Meowth, which kind of is like similar to that Morpeko. I'll kind of look at that like, oh, that's what Perfect Order feels like it was missing. It feels like it just misses a chase like this. And yeah, I do think that, in all honesty, this is going to be a very desired card, and especially as Akira Agawa has a massive fan base as well. Yeah, like some of my favorite cards in the TCG are Crown Zenith's V-Star, the gold cards, and this is just like a perfect complement to those cards as well. And another one to look at is the Gwynn special illustration rare. Again, this one in terms of SIR for trainer cards, I think there's like Lissier's Appeal from Surging Sparks I prefer, but yeah, cool. If you did play the games, you'll know she's a very prominent character in the game as well. So yeah, it's cool that she's getting some sort of like love in the TCG. And of course, for the Mega Hyper Rare, it is Mega Darkrai as well. And yeah, man, like I've now seen these live and how good they look, so I'm actually going to imagine that this will be definitely a very, very in-demand chase card as well. So we're going to have to see, but for me, Pitch Black, I'm looking at that set and I actually have a very, very good feeling that this set will be unique. Reason being is I feel like a lot of collectors will not like this set at the start. They're going to pan it off, but for some reason, I just have a feeling this is giving me some Lost Origin vibes, man. Like, it's got longevity because of that. Like I said, that Mega Darkrai SIR, to me, is really pulling this set up a lot. And I do think that's going to become one of the most well-known cards for the whole Mega Evolution era. Honestly, Pitch Black is a perfect representation of Pokemon Legends EA, and it's exactly a set that fits the game. Though if you are able to pre-order your sets, that's where I think these sets are super worth it. And one of the most important aspects of collecting today is pre-ordering your sets, and the reason why it's so important is laid out in this video on screen here. In this video, I do explain how to collect in the current market and give the best advice on how to handle new sets. If you enjoyed this video, click that video on screen. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.